Because I'm looking up the candy cigarettes. They were introduced in the late 19th century out of chalky sugar, bubblegum, or chocolate, wrapped in paper and packaged and branded as so to resemble cigarettes.
Yeah.
Now, for me though, with the cigarettes, the candy cigarettes, I never really grasped the concept of it. Because were you supposed to inhale the sugar or were you supposed to exhale it like you're blowing through? Because
You're
that's what
just,
we used to
first of
do.
all, you're just eating it, but you want to be like daddy, so you put it in your mouth and you look cool. Maybe that's it. And then you desensitize the consumer so that eventually, okay, the kid's not allowed to buy tobacco products, so we'll sell them. What can we sell them? Oh, something equally harmful, sugar. Okay, you can eat sugar.
Well, that was, I always joked. I said, oh, dipping, doing chewing tobacco, so bad for you. So, what's the best way to introduce it? Big League Chew. Back the Big League
Oh,
Chew
right.
kind of had that aluminum. It was kind of that plasticky aluminum pouch, but it resembled
Chewing tobacco, yeah.
what was it? Red Man. It was a picture of an Indian on it, but it was shredded tobacco that before they actually came out with the
Shredded,
tins.
what do you call it? Chewing gum.
Yeah, but it resembled that. And then when you got older, they came in a pouch where you had, I think it started resembling those circular tins, but it was jerky.
Oh, really?
It would be shredded jerky, but that's when you upgraded. As you got older, you went from chewing gum to this jerky in a tin, and that resembled
The real stuff. Yeah.
the real stuff. And then by the time you're done, it's I'm doing Copenhagen. So, just a quick look. This is a 1990 study found that sixth graders who ate candy cigarettes were twice as likely to smoke cigarette as those who did not use the candy cigarettes. 2007 study surveyed 25,887 adults and found out the candy cigarette consumption was reported by 88% of both current and former smokers and 78 of never smokers. So, I guess they did their due diligence by hooking people on.
Well, I found out the reason people smoke is always confused and bothered me because everyone I knew, especially back in the 50s, everyone smoked. I think it was a law that you had to. It turns out, and I learned this from Dr. Pierce, who has done extensive study in that area of cancer and smoking, that 33%, about a third of the population, have a high propensity towards smoking right off the bat. So if you were making cigarettes or tobacco products, you would be guaranteed about 33% of the population. The second 33% of the population is on the fence. They don't know. I mean, they could be coerced. That's where advertising comes in, okay, and social influence. And then there's a third that really isn't going to bother with it, okay? So what the industry did is that they worked on the second two-thirds. They worked on those that were on the fence. That was easy. And then they worked through movies and TV shows and all those things. Those are influencers, as they are today, with dope and drugs and everything. You know, everything's an influencer. We were influenced back then. We're influenced today, except now it's a mega influence. People that do things, it's done in a huge way, ways that we don't even know.
So, do you think going back 40 years, do you think there's a bigger or more influential trend, wave of trying to coax somebody to do this as opposed to back then? Because I feel like today you can go, smoking's not good for you. However, drinking coffee and caffeine is. And I feel like I can go on the internet and look it up real quick and go, well, actually, research says this. Going back 40 years, do you think the influence was greater or less? Because I feel 40 years ago, even prior to the internet, and we go back 40 years, for me, it's the mid-'80s, we didn't have the internet, so you either had to do some research and read books, or if it wasn't published, it was kind of hearsay, which that was a lot of. I mean, because they said 4 out of 5 dentists recommend smoking cigarettes. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend
My
smoking
heart
Lucky.
surgeon smokes Luckies.
Yeah, it's Lucky unfiltered. It's just like, well,
So This is the paradox that we have today. It's been around for a while, but it just strikes me funny. I laugh when I see it. I laughed when I first saw it as a teenager. You go in the store, there's cigarettes. You can buy cigarettes. Right next to the cigarettes, in the most appropriate spot, is how to stop smoking. I thought that was kind of weird. So you got me either way, right? All you want is my money. So what do you want to do? I'm not a smoker, but you want me to be. I am a smoker, so you don't want me to be. What is it? Well, with cigarettes, I got you going both ways because you're going to get off of it and then you're going to get back on it and get off, and then it's a diet, okay? I can sell you a diet plan 1,000 times during your lifetime. It's one of the best businesses in the world, diets. Oh, just change the name and change a couple of products. Say, yeah, carrots are the big thing now, and I get you. Nowadays, it's everywhere. Oh, you're hooked on marijuana, you want to get off it. Do you have a drinking problem? Do you have a gambling problem? We can help. And by the way, want to buy a lottery ticket? So we live in a totally debauched society at this point. And what America is good at doing, and the whole world is good at doing, is just amplifying all of those things. If we can make something that tastes good and is really bad for you, can we make it really cheap? Oh, shoot. I was going to get some soda. Can we make it really cheap and really plentiful, right? So that everybody has it. Yeah.